Joke's on your Morphling. He's not going to be able to steal that Burrow Strike and get stuff done. So we'll see about this one. Doesn't look good in terms of the laning stage for Sanking. I don't value this hero highly at all. It just feels that he's super weak to play. I think the hero is going to get buffed in the next patch, which is coming out tomorrow, by the way. Not just kidding. It's never coming out.
Never? Not ever. Oh, I mean, I feel like it's got to happen soon, right? And if it comes out tomorrow, now people are going to think you're Ice Frog.
Definitely not going to happen. I think after this Div 2 ends, we might see it. But sooner than that is old. It's just hopes and dreams. But yeah, looking at the two of these drafts, I got to say I like NA's Last Hope draft way more. It looks like a solid draft, you know, nothing out of ordinary. You have this Leshrac that can play extremely well and fast early on. You have a Beastmaster. I don't think they have a hero that can deal with the Helm of the Overlord timing on their side. If Beastmaster manages to get the farm, like get the timing going. And yeah, this a bit of a something that the panel talked about. Like, we don't see this position 5 Tusk most of the time. Kuroki does love to play, as Fear mentioned, but other than that, it just feels it's mostly suited as a mid or position 4 at the moment.
So it'll be interesting to see this Tusk be in the 5 position and how this Morphling's going to do, because I feel like my standard is Fly Morphling, so you're either the Fly Morphling or you're better. So you're not full agi and just getting killed immediately. And Nushum, Jenkins, it's the Bubby lane, as they'll be together, and they'll tuba it up. But usually when they tuba, they're thinking it's not the real deal, and well, I feel like now, Div 2, it's the real deal.
Yeah, Jenkins definitely a type of a player that belongs in Division 1, belongs to be at the majors, whether as talent or as a player. But we'll see. It's start for them, not the ideal, sitting at 1-1, but knowing how Jenkins plays, I also am a bit surprised that they didn't decide to give him Nature's Prophet. He's one of those Nature's Prophet players that it's just like he's Nature's Prophet and the Pudge Spammer most of the time, so he loves to play, starting with that Burrow Strike, try to put some more pressure on Morphling with the combo that they have, and looking at him on the camera, looks very dead inside. Same goes for BSJ.
That's fart.
Yeah, not too many emotions. He rebranded himself.
Yeah, you go from BSJ to Fart SJ. You gotta wonder what kind of flatulence is happening in the room to make you emotionless at the moment. I mean, I know from experience, it's got to be bad. That room's got to be flatulated.
Yeah, I know.
Arrow hits with the Burrow Strike top, but he's already shifting. Should be fine. Now Nushim's the one in trouble.
Oh, no, he looks very dead here. No leap.
Oh, boy. Yeah, no leap and no way out. Feeling. Well, he feels good getting that first one.
Definitely not the start you want to have in this Sanking Morana lane. You definitely want to be the ones putting the pressure, getting the levels, getting those early kills. But yeah, Morana, I mean, it's okay if you get something done with it, but not having a leap early on as position 4 sometimes can be a bit tricky.
I got to be able to get over those shards. And now the attack is going to be onto the Tusk, but they still just don't have the damage to get a kill on either of these heroes in this lane just yet. You can see the combos there, though. But, like I said, damage isn't. Nushim still lacking the leap. Not looking like it's going to matter. They'll get the kill in a feeling. And now the Morphling needs to shift on up in the strength department.
Yeah, definitely not feeling well after that one. A bit too aggressive. Morana Sanking. Now, Jenkins is going to start to put more points. By more points, I mean first point in the Sandstorm. So that way they can start to play, you know, like we might even see him stacking. But looking at the mid lane, good start for RRL, having that Leshrac against Pango. I've seen this matchup go really well for Lash, but I also seen Pangos do better than I expected.
What's like the marker for better than expected? Because right now he's sitting top of the CS. Obviously there's 6 denies against him, but what are you expecting to put him at the line?
I would say this is like 55-45, but it also depends on the players, like how much you're able to do in the first couple of waves to get that bottle as soon as possible. It's a lot of harassment. Like you need to be once you get to that level 6 and later on Pango matchup against Leshrac can sometimes be difficult because you have this edict running, and if you have like another ability that goes through magic immunity that stops him during the roll. Good arrow here from Nusham. Jenkins,
he's got a mango. Does he have the burrow strike?
Oh, what a play, but
get
gets
him out of the
stuck.
high ground. Oh no. And the courier's gonna go down. That's really good for Nusham.
This should also reveal the ward on high ground. Yeah, Nusham is going to immediately devore that because he used the snowball and knew that he needs to have vision for that. So, good read there. Professional gamer, knowing what's happening in the game. Very well done.
E-gamer, definitely coming your way. And Nusham, what? He gets courier, he gets the kill, he gets the ward, and all of a sudden boots are shipping out, and he's feeling pretty good about himself. He's also got some regen shipping with that those pair of boots. So that's a good chunk of gold, and yeah, you can see it right there into the sandstorm. But feeling like he might be in trouble. But snowball towards Nusham as well as shards that aren't going to land. Jenkins still looking to maybe chase. He doesn't have the mana right now for the burrow strike, but he will in a second. Morphling trying to fight as well. Salve used by feeling while he waits over near the camp.
Morphling's gonna be fine here. He does have raindrop, magic wand charges. I don't think they can burst him unless he makes a really bad mistake. And there's also potentially a snowball save coming out from this lane. 1-1-1 build on this position 5 Dusk. Let's see how much he's playing a bit too aggressive. Like he needs to soak up some damage, but if he gets out of position, could easily get burrow struck and followed it up by arrow, which means that. Most likely he's gonna die. He's trying to get some raindrops to survive this harassment coming out from them in the top lane. And Jenkins, what a sandstorm. One of the lowest sandstorm durations I've seen in a while. It's like half a second. Gets absolutely nothing from it. Good charge block, but where's the damage? RRL is there.
Roche. Nope, not gonna help out. Trying to deny to Roche. Now Roche kind of helping them get that kill on the feeling. So he gives, he takes. And he also holds an Aegis. So that's the job of Roche at the moment, is they'll at least get the trade after losing Jenkins, who rotated all the way off the lane towards Roche.
A space created from Jenkins, buying that time, so rest of the team... I'm not sure what the rest of the team was doing, but giving free farm to Morphling, not a good idea. Sitting at 29 and 9, this lane, you know, into sanking can sometimes be very difficult for sanking, and we can already see that happening. Janky, did he stack for himself? He didn't, so no stacks. Lane is still in a good spot for Morphling, so gotta keep it there.
Meanwhile, bottom, Fart SJ was putting in a lot of damage onto the tower down there. Got about 1100 in damage, and that's making Ush's life maybe a little bit difficult. Arrow hits with the avalanche toss. This should be a dead hoodwink, but Snowball only saves for a moment as the Wrath of Nature flies in from Fart SJ. Now the chase is on. Nusham doesn't have an arrow again for another 8 seconds, so they won't exactly have much more than just that kill.
Fart SJ on top of the net worth, 3.5k. Going into Hand of Midas, no surprise there. My man loves some gold, loves to have some extra levels. Can't complain. Nature's Prophet, good stats gain overall with the levels. And look at the damage that he's done on this tier 1 tower already.
It might just drop. They're going to glyph, but this is problematic. You said he wanted that Helm of the Dominator and the Helm of the Overlord really quickly, but this is going to be a problem when you won't have a tower up in your lane for much longer. They're going to lose Annihilate over mid, and it's the Warden who gets the kill. And well, taking out Annihilate, who is doing decently over mid, gives a bit of an advantage over to RRL, and this could certainly turn into a pushing lineup for another NA team if they're not too careful on Fart Studios.
They have good ways of like stopping the push, like Pango with the swashbuckle, with the shield crash, sanking with his sandstorm. Like even Nature's Prophet sending Treants and also using ulti does help out quite a lot. But yeah, as you said, Last Strike plus Beastmaster, they do put a ton of pressure onto these towers.
Let's see if they're going to try and go over for this mid tier one. They get the bottom tier one. Fartis J come the other way and get even more out of this. Really shrink the map. This is something we saw a lot of the better teams in the Div 1 do. Shrink the map, and RRL going to go down to that Wrath of Nature as Sonic and Nusham lining up to help get the damage before that Wrath of Nature came in. Shards, sort of well placed, but you still have a leap. You've got the Rolling Thunder continuing in a swashbuckle out there as Nusham gets the final blow onto the Tusk, and that means they're getting the tier 1 tower over mid as well.
Yeah, as I said, these Nature's Prophet being very active early on, going for these towers. Like, we even see these, like, carry Nature's Prophets, TP before level 6 to get stuff done, and Jenkins is recovering. Not from what he has, but in this Dota game, he's recovering really well. Going into Blink Dagger next. So, Beastmaster does have Roar available. Faking it.
About going to the epicenter. Sit here in the sandstorm, I guess.
Still gonna be a good timing on this Blink Dagger. 12, 13-minute Blink Dagger, unless he dies 6 times in a row, which I've seen it happen. I've watched Jenkins stream.
How do you like the stream?
Yeah, I'm his biggest fan and the longest subscriber of his channel. Hey. Yeah, and there's something that I mentioned, like here on the bottom lane, he's gonna sit inside the sandstorm, so they're not gonna push.
Yeah, making it hard to at least get more of the map back when you're losing towers like that to the Nature's Prophet that's moving around. And like you said, Fartis J gets the Midas very quickly, going into the Gleipnir next, which is no surprise. It's Midas, Maelstrom, and then off to the races.
Having that root mechanic against hero like Hoodwink, against Tusk, so he can't use the Snowball, Morphling can't use Waveform. Very good. It gives you so much stats as well. Like, this item has not been very popular in terms of just like buying the item straight, because it's really not that great. But if you combine it on these like intelligence scores like Lina and Nature's Prophet, it feels really good to have.
Looks like another tower is going to go down towards top. Yeah, so that's the main reason we're seeing Gleipnir, right? It's kind of cost effective as well in terms of getting the Maelstrom. You're going to have a farming item, and then going into that lockdown, it'll supplement a good amount of lockdown, even with the lineup that may or may not have a lot.
I gotta tell you something, B-Cup. Listening to you, like, you say a lot of smart stuff. I feel like you did improve a lot during Div 2 because of your co-caster.
I think he might be the best in the world. Going in, Primal Roar used there on a Sonic, and they'll take out the Tiny. Sharpshooter's not going to get a kill. And, you know, it looks like both these teams are pretty even.
Jenkins going in.
As Epicenter, Blink, Burrow Strike, RRL. He's going to fall here to Jenkins. They'll at least get one in return on the side of another NA team. And it's just back and forth with a 3K, now 4K net worth lead for Fart Studios. The fights are even, just the farming's not. And I mean, that kind of reflects on the odds we saw earlier, brought to you by esportsbet.io. So you can see them on your screen right now, and it is leaning even further towards Fart Studios.
Yeah, Fart Studios, they are going to hit the certain timings. Like, they already feel very strong having this Diffusal Blade on Pango, Blink Dagger on Sanking. Nature's Prophet will join these fights, but not as a first hero, you know, just TPing in, might use Wrath of Nature. If they kill one, he'll join with TP, and then these fights are gonna get very awkward, I would say, for Dire team. Bushwhack lands.
Good Avalanche. Might help him stay alive, but I think he knows he's dead, especially with the rotation over from Feeling. But I guess that's just the death on a 5-position Tiny, while Maelstrom's getting shipped out here to Fart SJ, and then you've got Annihilate, who's already got his Diffusal going into a Blink Dagger of his own, so that'll help with the Rolling Thunder, that'll help with the control, obviously, which they're trying to supplement with the Gleipnir as well. Things are looking good and shaping up for Fart Studios.
They can also, like, kill Roshan the next couple of minutes. I don't know if they want to just, like, straight up take Roche, but they could get a kill or two and transition into Roach. Having Nature's Prophet with maxed out Nature's Call does help out quite a lot. And they're smoked, bottom lane.
They have that blink, so can close the gap. Do they have the damage to follow it up? Blink, Burrow Strike, Bushwhack doesn't land, arrow hits. Couldn't get the creeps in front of himself in time to stop that arrow. And then that's all the while I Annihilate's mid, looking to get some damage here with the shield crash at the end. The right clicks from Fartus J and Fueling comes in, at least trying to trade, but a Blink Burrow Strike from Jenkins means it's a 3-for-1 over the map.
Feeling gets the kill there, but overall the trade isn't really there. Just trading this mid for 2 cores and a position 5. Sonic will place a deep observer ward in the enemy triangle, which is going to scout them. And another one near the mid lane. This is not for what I've seen so far, at least not in Div 1. Like 2 wards pretty much at the same spot, so it covers the movement when they go from tier 1 tower, tier 2 tower in the mid lane, and also anything they have. Arrow? Just kidding. Bushwhack also JK.
Bottom lane, I Annihilate, maybe looking to get another kill on Ush, who's still looking to get this Helm the Overlord. This is being, like you said, if they could slow it down, it could feel good for them because they don't have many Helm of the Overlord creep killers, and that's exactly what they're doing right now with the way that they have just bullied this Beastmaster, and they're still trying to chase, and they're not going to find this Pango.
Ooh, they still have
5 heroes bottom.
Yeah, they still have a tier 1 tower here. Let's see if Jenkins decides to rotate. TP on cooldown for a couple of seconds. They even popped the glyph. But let's see. This is not something we see. Beastmaster Leshrac not being able to take tower for 15 minutes.
Now they finally get one, though.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So you can see it kind of cuts into the net worth lead. Most of it in the hands of Fartus J, who is just 600 gold short of finishing off the Gleipnir. And I think the way they've been fighting so far has worked for their first 15 minutes, but coming into the big game and having a Gleipnir available is going to really open up the aggression for Fart Studios.
It's such a powerful timing. Once you get to that Gleipnir, Feeling will pick up double damage. Nusham, not much he can offer there. Does have an arrow, but no real follow-up from the team. Looking at the items, especially on the carries, Morphling going for Lincoln Sphere as first item. There's literally not anything that procs the Lincoln Sphere other than Burrow Strike, so he's only protecting against that. Does not want to get bursted by Sanking, but there's also a bunch of other spells that he needs to be afraid of. Swashbuckle, the Gleipnir item that we mentioned.
Rolling Thunder, Arrow, and the Control. Now they've got the Burrow Strike. They have not let RRL move, but they still don't have the damage to get the kill. They're going to snowball and bring over this Morphling. They get RRL as well as Ush. Now the Morphling as well as the Tusk trying to fight the TP from Fartus J is not going to be enough, as they'll use the Adaptive Strike to get the stop on that and get a kill. Sonic's also going to die here to the Morphling. So Morph coming in, and Argus is going to get a double kill, and that works out well for another NA team after losing Leshrac and Beastmaster, but it still does cost them that.
That's still signs of life from Argus, getting that double kill. He just finished the Lincoln Sphere that we mentioned, turning into Sand King in the previous fight. I think he has some good options. The one is Sand King, the other one is Pango. And then going into Dragonlance next, which he's gonna have that item in the next minute. So Morphling, definitely a hero that they should respect more. They can't just give away the lead that they have, and also missing out that this was supposed to be the big timing for Fart Studios, having this Gleipnir on Nature's Prophet that we mentioned. Also, why is Fartus J walking? He does have this global presence. He does have teleportation.
Arrow, RRL in trouble again. Bushwhack not going to land. Yule's up into the air. Now they get the kill there onto the Warden. And had the Hunter's Boomerang hitting the damage on Fartus J. Doesn't want to die back to back, but he will. And they still cannot kill off this Leshrac. There are 3 heroes here that are all going to burn out to this Leshrac, as he just stands there and pulses.
Level 14 does have a casual cloak, and that Fairy Trinket definitely helping out. Good shards.
Oh, good shards.
Godly shards.
Keeping this Rolling Thunder away for at least a good amount of the duration.
Bloodstone in
now,
a second.
Toss into the Rolling Thunder. Swashbuckle, Bloodstone, Snowball on a Sonic. So they're going to continue to chase, and now they've got the Morphling. This is just all feed for Fart Studios.
All right, they're kind of losing it today.
Oh, Nusham.
This is going to be a full team wipe. He has no leap charges available.
They're just trying to get the vision, waveform, adaptive strike. There it is. Full team wipe for another NA team. And all of a sudden, that 5K net worth lead is gone.
Yeah, like these 5, 10, 15, 20K gold leads, these are just irrelevant numbers. It doesn't mean anything. So you can expect it to go both ways. Like even if Dire team manages to get 10,000 gold lead, it's still comebackable. But I don't know. Like they were supposed to be strong with the heroes that they have. Pango did pick up a Blink Dagger. I'm not sure if that was needed because, I mean, sure, it's always a good item to have on Pango, don't get me wrong, but as a second item, maybe he feels a bit too weak. There's no real save on their side other than like mech on Mirana, but that's about it. So he still feels relatively squishy, and playing into Beastmaster and Leshrac that we mentioned, like having something to hold him during the Rolling Thunder and with the Edict running, they definitely do have enough damage to bring him down.
These long-running fights definitely favor another NA team at the moment. What's a way that they can get another item to potentially burst these heroes quicker? Hold that thought. Burrow Strike short. And this is kind of awkward, but a Yules, the Wrath of Nature, and a Star Storm. Still going to get the kill there on a feeling, even though the Burrow Strike wasn't that great.
Not the greatest, not the worst. I've seen people not even use Burrow Strike, so gotta give 3 points to Jenkins out of 10. Yeah, that's another death from I Annihilate. At one point he was 1-1-1 and that died pretty much 4 times, so needs to be more careful. Jenkins in the vicinity trying to set things up, but no real follow-up. Nusham, maybe he was close enough to use like a leap into arrow and then follow it up with the epicenter, but didn't happen.
So what really went wrong for Fart Studios? Because were they just over aggressive?
Yeah, when they formed the team, pretty much that was the turning point. Everything until that point looked really well for them, but then they decided to get some of the players, and they're like, yeah, it's an old Arkosh. They didn't have much success. Arrow.
Yeah, they've got the sharpshooter, now the arrow. They'll get the kill on the Warden who tried to kill off Nusham, but Jenkins comes in with the Burrow Strike and stops that from happening. Maybe if they went back in time, they would just not go to the registration page. Like if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just a good content, good NA content that they're providing us with. Artist J wants to get inside the Roche pit, now with Pango having a couple of points in Lucky Shot, reducing armor and disarm. That's definitely gonna help out Dire. They know exactly where they are. They're also underneath the vision from Dire, so let's see if they decide to approach this one. Ancient Ice Shaman, my favorite.
Oh, Avalanche Toss, and now the Bloodstone activated Burrow Strike. Epicenter, they got the damage to get the kill on Osh, but here comes the Morphling, and they get the kill on RRL, so the 2 of these heroes are already gone. Taking the Leshrac out was their biggest problem in the previous engagements. They've also got a kill onto the Tusk. They're just going to fight here on the Morph. Jenkins has the Burrow Strike ready, the arrow to follow it up. Leshrac lands onto the Sand King. It's not looking like it's going to matter, and they've got everything to get the kill there on Argus.
As I said, it's anyone's game to take, but this time around, Jenkins gets a really good Burrow Strike epicenter in the back lines.
Full team wipe. They still got the Warden.
Yeah, the graph looks pretty
like
wild. Yeah, it's just another NA game, back and forth. You get a team wipe, then you get team wiped. It's gonna be Fortis J holding on to that Aegis, and does have a BKB on top of 1,000 gold. So he's gonna scale. He's gonna scale really well. I want to see what his next item is gonna be.
Yeah, with the BKB now on him, and anybody else going for a BKB at the moment? Not in particular. It's actually Ags for I Annihilate. He's got the shard, so he's got the roll up, and Ags also being built here by Nusham. And then I see Shiva's for Sand King. So 1 BKB is all they need. 1 BKB to rule them all, and we'll see if they can rule this game. Now they're back to a 5,000 net worth lead.
And now, I don't want to spoil it, but I just got a news from Jenkins. He privately messaged me that they got team wiped. They lost Aegis and all 5 members of their Fart Studios, so...
How live is that note?
Yeah, they got the message from someone. I can't mention his name.
Dire's top tower is
We'll
under
see if it
attack.
comes to fruition.
Arrow will not
Arrow?
find this hoodwink. Like
Radiant's
these
middle tower is
heroes
under
that are
attack.
playing from the trees are very annoying. The first one that comes to my mind is actually tree. So
Dire's top tower has
I don't know.
changes.
Something needs to be changed. Like we all want to see a new patch, but yeah, I've seen so many games. I think I've seen Treant Protector in 50% of the games, pretty much. There's just
Honestly, I think that's a low number. I think it's more than that. It feels like it's about 65.
either we've been casting a lot of Dota, or that hero has been split pushing for like last decade. I feel like it.
And that hero is in everything, and it's not going away, it seems, anytime soon if there's not going to be a patch before the Lena Major. So 4K lead, still just farming up. They've got Morphling now
Gotta
with
farm
his
up.
Lincolns and going into the Manta. So he's far behind where Fortis J is, but there's no surprise in that with the Nature's Prophet. They have found a 250 gold creep with the Helm of the Overlord creep going down.
Yeah.
Wrath of Nature, Avalanche, and Sonic. He's kind of by himself. So he's going to die here to Argus.
We spoke about this Helm of the Overlord creep not being, being a nuisance for the enemy team if you hit the certain timings, but you can see him like dying. Double damage on Pango definitely help out, but you can see they can stun lock him with the heroes that they have, and I like what I see. Fart Studios going for Shiva's Guard next and Scotty on Fartis J. He's getting very close to it. Also, he is about to crack level 20, so Leash Mechanic against Snowball, potentially a save. Morphling goes through BKB. This, I think we said it so many times. I also know what your answer is going to be once I say that this Sprout Leash's mechanic is Imba. You're going to say, yeah, and we're going to continue to talk about something else. So it's just you're going to say that it feels like level 25 talent, then I'm going to ignore it. And I could solo cast this game. That's how much time I've spent with you. But this game,
Not enough time.
yeah, definitely not enough time from your side. But from my side, different perspective. Fartis J going for that second tier 2 tower. He wants to bring it down. Does have a BKB available, 9-second BKB that he didn't even pop yet. Got a Scotty in meanwhile. Nushim holding Philosopher's Stone, going to Aghanims that you mentioned. Wants to scale slightly better.
Yeah. Dr. Strike comes in on a new show, nothing doing though. I'm trying to give you the answers that you expect. Now I'm trying to be one step ahead. Sprout Leashes does feel like a 25 count. It's probably, honestly, it's gonna get removed, right?
Yeah, it's like
Let's
we're
be
not
real.
gonna rework this. It's not gonna be doesn't
It's
go
just gone.
through Magic Immunity anymore. It's just like straight up gone. It's gonna be, I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something different. Something not as cool. I don't mind seeing something like, he had like 15 or 20 armor, 10 armor, I can't remember. It was a long time ago. My favorite talents are the move speed talents. Like, oh, you get 25 move speed. That's it.
I'm a big fan of hold on. Bro Strike up in the air with that bushwhack. They'll get a quick kill on the Jenkins. I think we should bring back the respawn talents.
I'm gonna lose it.
It's too early for this for you.
Yeah, it's almost 4 a.m. for me. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with your ideas. So 4K gold lead one more time. It feels like it has been 4K gold lead for last 15 minutes pretty much. And Nature's Prophet going into Lincoln Sphere next. I guess he is afraid of this Beastmaster getting on top of him. Is there anything big? RRL picking up his BKB next. Not sure what the Lincoln's really is for on Nature's Prophet, other than Beastmaster's Roar.
Yeah, both Lincolns in this game kind of feel a little bit interesting or
Yeah,
questionable.
if Aghanim Scepter was built on Morphling, I would say that it's okay, because then like he steals your stats, and if you were a different hero, like it's not the hero you want to morph into anyway.
Let's smoke up. See if they can find Fart SJ. He's been pretty greedy here. Bushwhack lands, and now they'll get the snowball with the Walrus Punch and the damage to get Fart SJ. They'll catch him by himself.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, you can
And
see
these
on
heroes are gonna start
camera.
moving bottom for Fart Studios.
Seeing him on camera definitely blames the team there for controlling his hero, but
are scared.
yeah, rest of the team trying to make something happen at this right side of the
Burrow
map.
strike.
Good Burrow strike from Janky.
On a 2, Avalanche, BKB, Primal Roar. It's on the Marana. Goes up into the air. Nushim surviving, but BKB's now been popped by RRL, so they need to start to leave on this. I Annihilate. He doesn't have Rolling Thunder, but he does have the roll up. Now a swashbuckle the other direction. Shield crashing once again, but they're just not doing the damage to either
And they
of these
find
heroes. Yeah, Warden comes over and gets a bushwhack, and they have the follow-up stun. So Fart Studios again, the aggression biting them heavily.
Down to even one more time. I feel like Morphling is gonna take over this game. He's getting way too much farm, even though Nature's Prophet has like 2-3k more than him. It just feels that once he gets to his items, and we're getting really close. Right now he's 4-slotted, and I've seen games in this patch where Morphling gets to like 5-6 slotted. He just becomes unkillable. Going into Hurricane Pike next to be able to break this Sprout so he can actually be more maneuverable in a fight, use his waveform. Pangos has had a rough time. Like in terms of damage output, I think he's up there, but they don't have anything to protect him with. We talked about the itemization. There is also like no Lotus Orb being built, going into this greedy build, going for the Aghanim Scepter, the more scaling. A lot of them are going for the scaling builds, and yeah, we can see Dota Plus
Shift the other way.
favoring Morphling.
Yeah, that is seeming like the right idea, at least from Dota Plus. We'll see if it holds up. Like you said, it's an NA game, so at the end of the day, the net worth doesn't matter.
Oh, these are just some irrelevant numbers, like score doesn't matter, graphs. Some deep vision placed in the Fart Studios base that's gonna scout out potential smokes, and also another one that is being pointed out by our observer that is also scouting out Fart SJ, so he needs to be more careful. Dire, they're thinking that the rest of the team is smoked behind, maybe try to bait him this time around.
5-man smoke from another NA team. And
Smoke and
they're
smoke
gonna come
action.
over. Moonlight Shadow breaking the smoke. Burrow Strike early onto the Tusk, but they're trying to take the snowball out of the equation. They've got the Rolling Thunder as well as the roll up. They'll get the kill with the Starstorm. The buyback's going to come in for the Tusk. Now they're looking. Primal Roar lands onto Fart SJ, and he's by himself, so he is just going to die here. They left him all alone. Snowball and I Annihilate. Stun lands on a Sonic. Arrow comes in. It's not going to land on anything. They get the kill on I Annihilate. 3-man Avalanche, but it's not going to matter. These heroes need to leave. They've already lost their 1 and their 2, and it looks like another NA team are going to take another NA fight in their favor.
They did buyback on feeling. Oh, the Warden finds another one. I mean, it's Tiny. Whenever I see Tiny, I'm like, yeah, that's a core. Second Roshan being taken. Argus will definitely pick it up. He doesn't mind some good old Aegis on Morphling.
See where the shard goes to. Probably Ush.
Oh, he might pick it up as well. I think it's a really good pickup here because he can't be blown up by a Sanking. Like, he can't get stunned, so he can always use the shift. Let's see, holding it for now. And gives it to Ush, as you said, because he had one queued up. Dive Bomb, really good. Spell, not as good as it was before. Root mechanic now instead of a stun, but still root, a setup for other abilities.
So 7k lead for another NA team. They've got this second Aegis in their hands. Have Fart Studios kind of just missed their timing?
Definitely, like the first fight that we mentioned, having this like Nature's Prophet, Gleipnir, Pango with the Diffusal Blade and the Blink Dagger. I think he had at that point, so he was super farmed. And then having Sanking with a Blink Dagger, but they couldn't really find any openings. Like these earlier fights that they were supposed to take and win, it didn't happen. Oh my god, Fart SJ, one more time, trying to mana fight against
boy.
Lashrak. with the Bloodstone, BKB, Hood, and Nether Shawl. We'll just pop that BKB and TP out.
Yeah, now they've got Moonlight Shadow trying to help Sonic get away, but that's not going to work for them. They'll get yet another, and now the rest of the team kind of needs to retreat. Jenkins goes north.
That's south,
will
yeah.
Escape the Morphling. Now he's going south. Was going north.
He was
side,
going north
now
and south, yeah. My favorite one is when people ask me for direction, or when I ask for direction, they're like, yeah, just go south and then turn onto, like, what? What are you talking about? Like, south?
You've gone too far.
Do I have a compass with me?
You should
Yeah,
at all times. I mean, you see it in all RPG games. Compass is key.
Radiant's top tower.
I don't know what you're doing in this day and age and not having a compass.
Cosplaying Kunkka. That's what I'm not doing. Morphling almost has enough money to buy a full Scotty. There are different items that he can get in this game. Like, I don't mind Scotty. Gonna give him more stats. Ooh.
That stun was looking for Jenkins and almost hit Annihilate.
Blink available.
That could have been
And Jenkins
terrible.
so quick. This is
Warren's
why
gonna die there to
this
Annihilate.
man is invited to TI as an analyst.
Because of that escape.
Yeah, his game knowledge, his game sense, good looks, good sense of humor.
Okay. So if you're looking to check some boxes.
Yeah, empowering his colleagues. His colleagues are doing a much better job. Sonic. Oh, what was that? Blink.
Oh boy. And they are going to get the kill onto the Tiny, it looks like, but Burrow Strike and an Avalanche on it too stops that from happening. So they've rotated well. Fartus J still trying to fight, and the aggression is right onto the Nature's Prophet. That's all they want. He doesn't have a BKB anymore. Sprout, Li Shing, very balanced talent.
This is 2 versus 5.
And, they're still trying to fight. Jenkins, Burrow Strike, Epicenter. Do they have the damage? Gleipnir coming out. Sonic's finally going to fall. Bloodstone's not going to be enough, and they get the Aegis out of the hands of this Morphling. So even with the massive lead, now all of a sudden, it's looking like Park Studios are going to win a fight here. Burrow Strike going to kill the Morphling. Force Staff Manta, Waveform, and a kill on Anushum on his way out. Might be through a body bag, but right now he's at least getting something done, and he finally dies the farthest J.
Back and forth, back and forth. They do kill 2 supports immediately. They do kill Beastmaster. And then the rest of the team decides to take the... I can't blame them there. Like, they still have Aegis on Morphling. But this time around, Jenkins putting in some work with the Burrow Strikes. They land the combos. Even Annihilate combines his Blink Dagger with the Rolling Thunder. Gets multiple of those in a fight. And now having double damage and the Aghanim Scepter. So... Ooh. It all started with this weird blink from Tiny where he blinked like 20 range away. I guess he was trying to blink away, but not sure what happened. Still Sonic getting in, getting stuff done. Blink Dagger plus the Force Staff done on position 5. Tiny holding on to Ceremonial Robe. So these stuns are gonna last longer, but Jenkins fine. Has that flicker. We'll use it. Good way of dispelling things.
Never a bad item to have. Ninja Gear also now found here for the Nature's Prophet and Fartus J. Well, with that, is he going to hold it? No, he's still holding on to the Mindbreaker, actually. Thinking about the Epicenter, but Blink, Shard, Stun, Jenkins, he's the one who's found. Bushwhack, Hunters, Boomerang, and the Sharpshooter not even needed. Wow. They cleaned him up. He was the one getting ready to go and ends up being the one getting found.
Rest of the team not there. Nature's Prophet level 25. No CD on TP. Imagine if you told someone outside of Dota, no CD on TP. What would they think you said?
I don't know.
They would
would
just
not
give
know.
you a look. Timeless Relic,
Yeah.
found by Leshrak. He'll definitely take this one. Debuff duration, extra 15 spell damage. It just feels like a very strong item on certain heroes, like Zeus, Lesh, Queen of Pain. Not really seen too much of a Queen of Pain anyway, but definitely needs some loving. Nature's Prophet. Radiant wins 3, so 100%. Not bad.
That might change. Potentially. We'll see. Still a lot of time, still an even game, so maybe it won't change. Who knows? But you don't want to be the one who breaks.
Yeah, there are 2 teams
right?
in this game. One of them is gonna win in the end, so. Morphling in the end decided to go for Butterfly instead of that Scotty to have a bit more damage output and also to protect himself against Nature's Prophet. I guess that's because he saw Daedalus. There's also Gleipnir that goes, like the procs go through evasion. The Warden will fall.
He's died 6 times, not as many as I Annihilate, but he's been found out a couple times just trying to use that scurry to get some information. Moonlight Shadow, not trying to put the aggression on. Fortis J's down bottom and use that Gleipnir. Needs to leave immediately, and they will not see him. Just getting away by the skin of his teeth once again. Roche potentially up in 30 seconds. Ooh, East up top. See if they grab that and go. Still 30 seconds, no Warden. Let's see if they are going to group up. Do they have a smoke ready? They've got one on Tiny.
And he's the one
Jenkins mid.
picking up the haste rune. Fortis J, he can be anywhere on the map, has invis from that Trickster's Cloak, a lot of defensive item, a lot of HP on him. Doesn't have Satanic, so not a, like doesn't have that second life, but if he has buyback available, he can always come back into a fight with the TP back home if it feels like, look, this is budget Satanic, level 25 on Nature's Prophet. They start hitting you, you TP back, you use healing salve, you come back into a fight again, because you have no
Waveform?
no cooldown on
Ooh. Trying to be the Tiny and use that avalanche. BKB gets popped. Now they go to the Primal Roar. It's going to be on to Jenkins. The rolling thunder, but the BKB's popped around the horn here for the side of another NA team. Jenkins dies, no buyback with Roche up. He has no gold.
He spent all of his gold. Does have that Shiva's Guard plus Scotty, of course, definitely 2 great items against the Morphling. Let's see if someone decides to go for a steal.
Nusham, but they will get their hands onto this Pangolier, and I Annihilate needs to leave. Swashbuckle and leaving while Roche is left down with just 1,700 health, and I Annihilate's going to be able to live. They go back into the pit. Arrow. And Aegis into the hands of another NA team once again, and they've got the Refresher shard on the cheese, too.
I'm just thinking about who's going to pick up the Refresher. I guess you give it to Beastmaster. Double BKB, double Primal Roar. Sounds really good. And also potentially a double Hex coming out from him. They do lack slightly in terms of control, especially if, like, what we've seen happen. Both supports die. Beastmaster also either used the Roar or he died, and then you have Morphling plus Slash Rack. So in terms of control, they could definitely use some extra.
Where does it come from if they need a little bit more?
A Beastmaster with the Hex.
Is that enough, though?
Double Hex, yeah, most definitely. We've seen... Okay, you can say it now. This is your line.
Double Hex?
No.
No, you got it,
I got it. So in the Chinese DPC, we did have a lot of hexes being built from the offlaners, and relatively early on, Fortis J, is he AFK? What is happening? He just moved his hero after 30 seconds of just standing there. It's a good content, bro.
It's for the video. Yeah, we'll see the inside scoop when the blog or vlog comes out in like a week or two. Fortis J moving forward once again with that no cooldown TP. Arrow hit on the little Shrek, but a bit too far away for them to make the jump. And Argus, he is smoked, so looking for a target as they're Under the Shroud of Moonlight Shadow, but a waveform forward going after Sonic. Burrow Strike, Primal Roar. Jenkins doesn't get a chance to get that BKB off and will fall to Ush. So they're going to chase. They want more leap. Swashbuckle, bashes, and another leap. Argius not going to get hit by that arrow. It's actually an illusion that eats it. And all the while, Fartus J, he's cutting the creep wave. Just gets out in time, too.
Sitting on 10,000 gold on Nature's Prophet. It's time to invest. Oh, that almost catches him. Boomerang.
Everything short, just by an inch.
They do have a gem, which is being held by Tusk right now. Might consider giving it to someone else. I mean, Tusk is the front line. Beastmaster does have a slot available. I wouldn't mind seeing it on the Beastmaster, because he's the one, like, blinking in. He wants to see the Sanking. Fartus J never wants to sell his Midas, the value. Never-ending gold. Summons Treants.
Too much value.
Goes back to the bottom lane, goes back to the top lane. Kind of hard to follow.
Moving as quickly as a Storm Spirit across the map. Making it hard for them to catch him, and he's going, or at least wants to go into the MKB. We'll see.
Wants to have another way of piercing through Butterfly, and also...
They have... He's gonna TP. Oh, the Rolling Thunder! He got TP away! They wanted the Primal Roar, but...
Yeah, that
Rolling Thunder just in time.
Yeah, that Lincoln's here. I don't think I have mentioned the Lincolns against the Primal Roar, so it wasn't that bad of a pickup.
Oh, they still found him.
But he found them. Like, they didn't find him. He TP'd in the middle of a fight in the river. This is the second time, and now Beastmaster, that Hex is picked up, so potentially a double Hex. So 7-second duration, plus add Primal Roar, extra 4 seconds, add another 4 from a refresher. So that's a lot of control that they have. Fartus J, 73 seconds. Jenkins trying to cut the creep wave on the mid lane.
They got the Aegis out of his hands. RL moves forward, but they're going to roll up right on top of him, trying to land the arrow. They got it, but they just don't have the follow-up damage, and they got to stun under the Warden for a second with a Swashbuckle, I believe, and now you hold your ground. BKB, right-clicking, Argius. How long are you going to stay here? Waveform back with the rest of your team, but the Burrow Strike, that lands on RL. Fartus J is going to buy back.
They need to get something out of this. This is a big buyback.
Where
Tiny.
can they cut him off?
So, and buyback for nothing. So if they catch him one more time, that means he's going to be dead for like 130 plus seconds. He's, what, level 27 at the moment. Invested everything. Does have that MKB. Needs to be more careful with the teleports. Beastmaster with the Boots of Travel. Like 1 initiation from him. Like 1 Hex into Roar. Will give enough time for the team to reconnect, because he can use it one more time. And this is Smoke from Fart Studios. Let's see, Fartus J thinking about TPing in.
Everybody's got buyback for the Dire, so this feels like a dire situation for the Radiant, because you lose Fartus J and you probably lose the game. Thank you for the pity laugh. Appreciate that.
That was a
We're
good.
going to go and potentially find just the Warden again. And I mean, that's not really who you want in a situation like this, but I guess you got to take the kill, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Jenkins gets it. We're getting to level 25 territory on some of the heroes. We already got a couple, like Pango, Rolling Thunder cooldown. We talked about the Nature's Prophet. On the other side, Lashrak, of course, Diabolic Edict, and Morphling decided to go with the Waveform cooldown. But the big one, I would say, is Jenkins hitting level 25, the Sandstorm Slow and Blind. This talent is... It's so good, but we don't see too much of a Sanking, and we don't see Sanking hitting 25 in those games anyway.
Allies disappear.
They're going to come all the way through with the Moonlight Shadow and throw down an Obs. And they're going to split this fight up very quickly. Sonic going the other way. I know it's already taken out here by Argius, and they've got the BKB pop by Ush. They get 2 kills very quickly. Both those heroes have buyback, but get cleaned up like that does not feel great. And Fartus J is pushing the lane, but immediately a TP out from RRL.
If they stun one target, their damage is very explosive. You have this like position 5 Tusk that just punches you, potentially through a BKB, Beastmaster with Aura, Morphling. Pretty much 6 slotted at this point, has 11,000 gold saved up. This is going to be a set of barracks. 2 heroes don't want to buy back. As I said, they do have buybacks available, and another set of barracks on the mid lane that they started munching on a couple of minutes ago. Now, like 55 seconds without Pango, you need to buy right now.
These buildings just die so quickly, and then Jenkins just Euro strikes a boar. Like, that's all they're getting out of these buybacks. The disengage from another NA team's been perfect.
Yeah, buyback from your mid laner, you kill the boar. Value.
Best value you can get.
Morphling,
For
13,000 gold. Like,
why buy anything if you're winning? Don't change it up.
40,000 net worth of. Oh man, Last Strike's also massive. Having this Timeless Relic plus Overwhelming Bling, so longer duration, slow on that. So he blinks into the middle of the fight. If you don't pop a BKB, you're most likely dead, just from the slow, because Beastmaster with Aura and the Morphling will take care of rest. Satanic in the backpack for this Morphling. Wants to use the cheese. Not a lot of value from cheese, especially if he's near the Shiva's guard or Scotty, so it's just gonna be like eating pretty much a full magic wand at that point, considering all the reductions.
And 4th Roche is up. That is Ag's Blessing and Refresher Shard. So they gotta contest if you're Fart Studios. I don't know if you could just allow this to go down, but well, they're already on it, and I don't think they can do anything about it.
Yeah, they're not close enough. This damage post 15 minutes into the game, you know, like this Roshan, he needs to be stronger. Aghanim Scepter, who's gonna pick it up?
Yeah,
it seems like it's gonna be him.
RRL.
I don't mind that. It's I'd say underrated one. We do see it being picked up from time to time, mostly not prioritized, but against like some heavy clickers, like Nature's Prophet, if he pops a BKB, like, yeah, this is Mega Creep Jenkins going in.
Burrow Strike.
One last ride.
They've got the Aeon Disc. They're going to try and go for it. They've got the stun onto a couple coming out from the Leshrac. RRL, really rad. Leshrac is helping out and getting these kills. You get the buyback coming out from Sonic. Jenkins dies. He's gone for 95 seconds. Walrus punch in the air with BKB. Fart SJ trying to get out, but the stun lands from RRL, and they'll take out Fart SJ. So without the Nature's Prophet, a lot of their damage, a lot of their control is lacking, but maybe they can hold. But it's going to be up against Megas and Morphling ripping through the space. So
yeah, they can hold for another 5 seconds because Throne is going down.
Oh,
the Warden.
Argus. Well, the rest of the team is just hitting the base. They get the kill on a Sonic. Now they're rolling Thunder. Do they have the damage to get anybody else? They get Feeling, Primal Roar. Now they'll focus the Throne. They don't want to throw this one away, and they're going to get the first game for another NA team.
Nicely done. The game did look pretty rough, I would say, considering the start, like they're...